What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up that algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please hit that link in the description and go and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, it's been quite a week, haven't it? It's been quite a week. Kamala Harris has picked a running mate. And if you remember, in my last video, when I was speaking about this, and I was talking about the potential running mates that she may pick, she didn't pick either one that I figured that she would pick. However, the one person that I said that she was smart, she'll stay far away from, the person should have nothing to do with it, she ended up picking him. That's right, family. Kamala ended up picking Tim Walz. And I'm highly surprised. I'm highly surprised, to be honest with you. And not because he's a great pick or anything like that, because like I said, if she was smart, she would have steered clear of this dude. Because this man here has shown exactly the type of policies that he would implement if he was vice president, if he was president himself, because in his own home state, we have examples of what he did implement, not would, he did implement. But before we go there, family, I want you to hear how pumped this man was when he was picked.
I can't wait to debate the guy. That is if he's willing to get off the couch and show up. So.
Family, take no misconceptions away from what he just did there. He's basically talking about us as well when he said, if you're willing to get off the couch. Because who's talking about the couch at this time? People who are dissatisfied with the right and with the left. So don't get it confused and don't let it go over your head that he was also speaking about us when he said that. Let's continue.
What I did there. Look. I got to tell you, pointing out just an observation of mine that I made. I just have to say it. You know it, you feel it. These guys are creepy, and yes, just weird as hell. That's what you see. That's what you see.
I ain't gonna play the rest of that, family. I want you to go ahead and look that up for yourself and cringe on your own, because I ain't got too much time today to sit here and cringe all day listening to this man for the next 2.5 minutes or so. That would have me cringing for the rest of my day. I've watched this clip. You go watch it later. However, this is the man that Kamala Harris picked. And some people saying, well, it's a good pick, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, nah, not at all. For this reason and this reason alone.
People know exactly what they're doing until they get exposed.
So, family, it's time to expose some people. Tim Walz. This is what most people think about him. Hi, I'm Tim Walz. I'm here to refill the tampon dispenser in the men's room. Yes, family, that's the kind of person that we're putting, she's putting her chips on. She's hedging her bets on this man as a vice president, as a potential candidate for her. Well, not a potential, he is the running mate for her. However, let's get into him signing a bill that gives driver license for all. And if you don't know what that means, family, the driver's license for all is not something that benefits us. Why? Because it's there to benefit the illegal immigrants. And what can an illegal immigrant do with a driver's license, class? Come on, church, let me know. If you said that they can go and vote, ding, 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 you're absolutely correct, family. You're absolutely correct, family. You are absolutely correct. This man signed a bill basically giving legal licenses to a bunch of people who are illegal in this country, which will give them everything they need to go and vote. So the Democrats wanted to give illegals the right to vote anyway. Tim Walz has taken it to the next step by saying, okay, well, the courts shut down some of these Democratic cities who wanted these illegals to be able to vote. But if I sign a bill, if I sign my name on this dotted line, I can grant immigrants the right to vote. So all they would have to do, no matter where they are in the United States of America, is travel to this man's state, get a license, and travel back to wherever the hell they want within the United States. And now they have legal ID to vote. And once you have an ID one place, what happens? You can go and get an ID in another state without them really checking any paperwork. All you have to do is slide them your license and give them an address. But this is what this man has made possible in his tenure. Let's move on. This was something that turned my stomach when I first saw it. It was something that turned my stomach, and this was, I think it was about a year and a half ago when this rally took place, and I think it was the Gay Pride Parade. And I'm not, against a person who's gay. Do your thing. That's not my business. But what I've always said is the Alphabet organization has been trying to basically normalize PDF activity. And that's when I saw this about a year and a half ago. Yes, family, that is a grown man twerking in front of a bunch of little kids. In front of a bunch of little kids. If you're a parent, especially a black parent, who took your children or think that it's okay to take your children to a gay pride parade,
shame on your black ass, all right?
And I stand on that. But look who's also standing on that too. Tim Walz. Right there at the parade, waving, probably hugging and kissing babies, while this man is running around doing this. Family, this is Kamala's VP pick. Let's move along because I don't want to discuss you any more than I have to. This is Tim Walz. Yes, Tim Walz signed a bill that removed anti-PDF language from Human Rights Act. This is Kamala's VP pick. And I have an exclusive, one of our family put out an exclusive clip, a very exclusive clip of Kamala making the phone call to Tim Walz to let him know she wants him to be her VP. Let's get into that, family. Shout out to April Showers.
Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, you weren't my first choice. To be honest, you weren't even in my top 10. But no one else wants to run as my VP because they all know I'm going to lose. You are the only one who is willing to be my running mate.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically career suicide. But I did some dumb shit a few years back, and now I'm totally controlled by the deep state. And so they told me either I become your running mate or I get Epstein in a New York prison.
Now, the fact that we're both radical communists is a slight problem, but I got some instructions from Big Daddy Barack. Basically, we're going to pretend that you're a normal American white guy. There's a bunch of things you did that we got to run away from here. You passed a law requiring tampons in the boys' bathroom in schools. You basically cheered on the George Floyd rioters who burned down your cities. You implemented a snitch hotline during COVID. And Tim, you signed a law that allows the state to take custody of children if their parents refuse to let them transition. I mean, what the f***, Tim? We got a lot of cleanup to do here. But listen, we already got the mainstream media gaslighting America into thinking that you're super normal.
This is America's dad, America's football coach, and the teacher that's cool enough without trying to be cool.
A lot of people have noticed this sort of down-to-earth, likable quality to him.
He's very moderate in Congress.
A moderate Democrat.
A centrist, but a more centrist.
Kind of a centrist Midwesterner in persona.
That's pretty funny because I'm weird as f***.
Americans are dumb, Tim. They'll believe anything we tell them.
They are so dumb, right?
They think I'm black. Okay, so here's the plan. In order to hide your own weirdness, we want you to accuse Trump and J.D. Vance of being weird. Just say it over and over again.
Weird, 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 weird. And then they start being weird. They're weird, 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 weird. Donald Trump's weirdness. Very weird, weird. It's just too weird. It's weird, weird. Okay, so how far left are we admitting to being here? Like, are we openly woke?
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah. No, we're flip-flopping on everything right now. We want to keep the voters confused. You know when your GPS suddenly starts rerouting inexplicably and you have no idea where you're going and you're afraid your GPS might just drive you off a cliff? We're exactly like that.
What do we say if reporters ask us about policy stuff?
Oh, we're not taking questions from reporters, Tim. We're not prepared for that. But if you do find yourself in a tricky spot with a reporter, just cackle.
Cackle.
Yeah, cackle.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage. But
yeah. And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No. Like, what do you want to know?
Wow, that's horrifying.
Exactly. It's horrifying, but distracting. Okay, so Tim, tell me, your radical left political views, are those real?
Oh, no, of course not. No, honestly, I will have whatever political views you pay me to have.
I love it, Tim. You're like the white male version of me.
You're right. No one voted for me either. Hey, Kamala, let's see what can be unburdened by what has been.
All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
There you have it, family. There you have it. You have the phone call that changed the world, if you want to put it like that. And I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. A few weeks ago, I put out a number of videos explaining how the Democratic Party was putting tens of millions of dollars into social media influencers, into black churches and black-led events. And I want you to know how serious that I was and I am about this, because now they're just coming out and saying it instead of sitting there telling their social media influencers to not tell people that they're paid to advertise or a paid partnership. So what they're doing now is just flat out telling people what's the gifs. Shout out to Tariq for posting this.
Last month, Sunday says she was hired by Protect Our Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors. She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right, like, definitely. She takes their talking points and puts them into her own voice, saying she always discloses when she's being paid.
Now, family, do you believe that she always exposes the fact that she's being paid? Do you believe that all the people that's been coming out sitting there talking the same talking points about Kamala, trying to attack the black grassroots at every turn with the same talking points, are telling people that they're being paid? No, family, they're not. But this young lady claims that she always tells people that it's a paid partnership. I don't know if I can believe that, but let's continue.
What's your rate?
So a video just for a creator in my size, an average can go from $3,000 to $10,000 depending, and upwards.
Last month,
Now remember, family, remember the Nigerian chick who came out and told people about this off vert in the first video that I did, where she was saying they told her to name a price and she threw out 25 grand and immediately they said done, and immediately they said done. This is how desperate they are. But don't get confused, family, it's happening on both sides. But I just want you to understand that you're not crazy. We're not crazy by any means. When you hear the same talking points over and over from different people, different bot accounts, and all this other crap, this is why. This is why. When you hear people such as Ricky Smiley trying to defend Kamala Harris, that's why. Now we're going to break down this video that Ricky Smiley then posted, the disgusting video Ricky Smiley then posted, because there's some parts in there that I actually want to touch on. And there is a part 2 to this video, the Ricky Smiley critique video that I'm doing here. It's really, this isn't a Ricky Smiley critique video. However, the next one will be, because he did a part 2 to this video here. But I want to use this video because there's something that I really want to address in here.
News headlines, entertainment.
Before we get into it, family, got to hit the fair use.
Warning, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Here's what's happening in news. Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota held their first joint campaign rally together in Philadelphia. Kamala Harris praised Walz, going down his list of titles from coach to congressman and even military veteran. She ended his introduction, Ricky, saying, and in 91 days, the nation will know Coach Walz by another name, Vice President of the United States. Are you excited about Tim Walz? I already know the answer to that question.
Always.
What excites you the most about him?
The fact that he's putting tampons in the men's restroom. That's what excites this person. That's what excites Ricky Smiley. Because remember, Ricky Smiley loves to cross-dress. One of his most famous characters. Anyway, let's continue.
Just that he's just a regular, like he remind you of your high school principal. He remind you of your high school football coach, and he was a football coach.
Really? This is regular? This is regular? This is regular? I can't with these people.
That led his team to a state championship. And he is just awesome. He's for the people. He stand up for women's rights. And he's a popular governor in the great state of Minnesota, which Trump won in 2016.
I'm going to be honest with you, family. He's not that popular. I seen a video the other day that I'm not going to play here because YouTube has now banned any speech relating to the planned gimmick and the Jabberwocky shots. So by showing that video, my video may be flagged. However, there is a video of a bunch of different people from his home state saying they will never forgive him. They will never trust him again.
That state was picked off by Joe Biden, and I think we'll definitely get his state and the state of Pennsylvania as well. Either one of those governors would have been a great choice for Kamala Harris. I'm just sick of the black people on the internet talking about I'm not with her. Okay, so if you're not with her, that means you with Trump. And y'all need to block every last one of their asses on Facebook and on.
No, if we're not with her, that means we're with the couch.
Instagram and social media and stop. Like that's just garbage.
Yeah.
It's just garbage.
Can
Everybody
we be
got
united
to find,
on anything?
Yeah. Can't agree on a damn bucket of chicken.
Black folks can't agree on a bucket of chicken. Black folks can't agree on a bucket of chicken. Well, the black grassroots agree that you are a coon, you're a tap dancer, a sambo. Better yet, Eric Mays, he says it better than I can.
I stick by it. I call you a handkerchief head Negro. I call him a handkerchief head Negro. And I'm sticking with it. Google it.
That's it. That's all.
Person want a hot dog.
I always complain.
Black folks get on my damn nerves, man. Why everybody making all these celebrities making all these videos going off on Kamala Harris and stuff, and then the black men, Kamala Harris didn't prosecute you and treated you bad in court. I got treated bad in court too.
That's a slap in the face to all the men that she held in prison for cheap slave labor. That's a slap to the face of Cherie Peoples, who went to jail because her daughter with sickle cell anemia was in a treatment program at the hospital during school hours. That is a slap to the face of every person that she literally locked up in California. Let's continue.
But I'm with her. Because a vote for her, if you sit at home and you don't support her, you are definitely supporting Donald Trump.
Notice the picture that she put up. Who also had a picture like that? Obama. Remember his picture that said change? They're trying to make her the next Obama, but it ain't going well. The same way they tried to make Cory Booker the next Obama. It didn't go well for him either. And that's why they're trying to manufacture this blackness of Kamala Harris, because if she don't have that blackness, she goes the wayside of Cory Booker, the same way he himself has no pull with the black community. She has no pull with the black community. Let's continue.
You can vote for who you want to, but don't be trying to encourage other people and sit up there and put bad stuff. Where's that same energy for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
I'm sick of these folks talking about where's that same energy for Donald Trump. Black folks has been voting Democrat for literally 60 plus years, and nothing has changed. Everything has gotten worse. Stop bringing up Trump because we didn't vote Republican majority for 60 damn years. Miss us with the bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just like, don't vote for him. It is what it is.
Y'all not even out here doing real research to look at her record. If you do the research or whatever, stop believing everything you read and do real research, you can see what her record is. You can see what she have done.
This man just told us to do research. We can see what her record is and what she has done. And all the research say the same thing that we've been saying. But then he says, stop believing everything you read. So which one is it? Do the research or don't believe what you read? See, this is that throw the rock and hide your hand shit. Don't believe what you see shit. Don't you tell me about my candidate. Even if she did all the stuff that you guys are saying, you guys need to do more research so you can see all the good she did when there was no good. There was no good. Let's continue.
I think you can Google what have Kamala Harris done for the black community or things that black people benefit from.
I can tell you what she did, but we didn't benefit from it. She locked up the black community. She targeted the black community. She is anti-black and always have been. She used the black community to gain the status that she needed to gain, and then when she gained that status, she targeted us.
A lot. We need to stand with her.
Yes.
We need to stand with her. She's great. She will make a great president.
No, we don't need to stand with her. We don't need to stand with her. And she wouldn't make no great president. If she becomes president, Black America is done for. Hell, America might be done for.
And what a blessing to be living in a time where a black woman can become president of the United States of America. In our time, we get a black man and a black woman.
Notice two tethers they show here. One tether trying to be like the other tether. And they tried so hard to put blackness on this woman, and this woman has not come out and claimed that she's black whatsoever. As a matter of fact, if she's so black, where is all her black family members? Bring me her black aunties, her black uncles, her black cousins. Bring those folks to me if you want to prove that she's black, but you can't because she don't have any and never did.
I stick by it. I call you a handkerchief head Negro. I call him a handkerchief head Negro. And I'm sticking with it. Google it.
Become president, that's unheard of.
Come on, man.
Stop it.
Messy. Be on
Stop
the right
it, black
side of
people.
history. Be
Yeah.
on
Stop
the
it.
right side of history.
That's another thing that really gets on my nerves when a person say be on the right side of history. Black Americans have always been on the right side of history. We're the ones that push the needle for the American government to get on the right side of history, for the American citizens to get on the right side of history. It's always been Black Americans that hold America accountable for the things that all citizens should be, which is free. And we should be able to live as we're free. We should be able to work as we're free. We should be able to go about our day like we're free. But Black Americans have never seen the freedoms nor the liberties of anybody else that comes to this country, including illegal immigrants. So I'm tired of hearing this be on the right side of history crap. We've been on the right side of history. We stay on the right side of history, and it's never going to change. Black Americans are the conscience of America. Black Americans are the backbone of America. We're the lifeblood of America, because without us, America wouldn't be existing. It wouldn't exist then, and it wouldn't exist till this day. Because when they tried to do it alone, when them napkin folks got out in the fields and tried to do it alone, they failed. That's why they brought the slaves here. And that's why they started enslaving people that was already here. Miss me with the nonsense.
That's so, it's just the Amber Rose and everybody got all these videos.
Oh, you gonna call out Amber Rose, but you ain't gonna say Meg Thee Stallion. You ain't gonna say Quavo. And how Kamala walks it like she talks it. These people, you can't take these people serious. You cannot take these people serious. Ricky Smiley should have showed you way back when he put on that dress, you can't take him serious. Any man that's willing to put on a dress, and I don't give a damn what the stipulation is, if you're being paid to do so or what. I don't pocket watch. I respect anybody's hustle that do it. However, if your hustle is putting on a dress and acting like a buffoon, you will never get taken seriously in my book.
And stuff, and talking about Kamala Harris talking out of both sides of her. How would you say something so disrespectful? Even if you felt that way, I wouldn't dare make a video or say nothing like that to the Vice President of the United States of America.
But it was okay to do it and say it about Trump while this man was president. Y'all boogeyman fear tactic that man so much that you're using him as a boogeyman tactic for the next goddamn situation. So it's okay to do it to the sitting president, but it's not okay to critique and speak truths about the vice president. Shut your dumb self up. Whose mans is this? Whose mans is this? It's not ours. So why do he feel like he can speak for us or speak to us?
Trying to stand up, and that's going to possibly pick 2 United States Supreme Court justices or whatever to try to keep the laws in place that Thurgood Marshall and all of the people that have paved the way, and try to redo and get back into some of this settled law, women's rights to choose, your voting rights, and Brown versus the Board of Education.
All this women's right to choose stuff is just a bunch of malarkey. It's a bunch of malarkey. Think about it like this. Did they give a care about anybody's right to choose when it came down to the Jabberwocky? Black women lost their jobs. Black men lost their jobs. Black children were expelled from schools. So what are you talking about, the right to choose? It's only the right to choose when it's on their side, but it's not the right to choose. Because the second that they say you must do this, like Biden and Harris did, that many of us fought against, there was no right to choose, was there? Ricky Smiley.
Do your homework, black
hold
people.
up. Let me just tell you something right here that could be very historic. And Kay pointed this out to me. If Kamala Harris is elected, she would be sworn in.
She could be sworn
on
in
MLK Day
by the first black Supreme
and
Court,
possibly by Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
Does
Stop
that
it.
not give you chills?
Come on
Stop
now.
it.
Family, they're out here all giddy over symbolic nonsense. And they're trying to get you giddy about symbolic nonsense. The same black woman that was put on the Supreme Court was also against black folk. You can look up her record and how she shut down a settlement that was already signed on a dotted line and made it impossible for the recipients to bring that back up to the courts. This is who you want us to be excited about, who might be inaugurating Kamala? Kopmala? So two anti-black chicks, one who's black, one who's black adjacent, I'm supposed to be excited for, but they're literally against the black community. Both of these women are married to napkin men, and I'm supposed to be excited. And it's not about who you're married to, but it does state a lot.
Does that not send
Maria?
Just make your whole body vibrate?
Maria,
Oh my
I can go
gosh.
deep into that. You got a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated reading in a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
This is the type of nonsense that they want you to get excited about, family. They boule ties. You got one boule member swearing in another boule member. You should feel excited. I'll take it a step further. This is the disrespect that they bring to our community, family. This is the disrespect that they bring to our community, family. None of these people should be able to come around us ever. Not that they can. They shouldn't be able to speak to anyone. They shouldn't be able to go on any college campuses because every black student there should be going against them. They should be calling them out. Hell, all these boule organizations need to be destroyed, dismantled.
Into the damn White House. What's wrong with y'all?
Come on, man.
MLK holiday.
But y'all
Baby,
mad because she ain't
y'all.
talking about
Who
reparations.
was a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated?
Come on now.
Come on now.
Game,
Oh my God,
Game
that just
changer.
gave me chills. That gave me
Rocky.
chills.
game changer,
Rocky.
dog.
Incorporated reading in a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated into the damn White House. What's
Come
wrong
on
with
now.
y'all?
Come on,
on
man.
MLK holiday.
But y'all mad
Baby,
because she ain't
y'all.
talking about reparations.
Who was a member?
I wanted to replay that, family, because as you just heard, but y'all mad because she ain't talking about reparations. Then they want to bring up MLK's connection to the boule. But MLK spoke about reparations. MLK spoke about reparations. But we're supposed to be excited because all three of these people are boule members. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, family?
Shame on your black ass, all right?
Who is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Game.
Oh my God,
Game
that just
changer.
gave me chills. That gave me
Rocky.
chills.
Game changer,
Rocky.
dog.
Game.
Man,
Talk about game.
y'all better.
Send in the clowns.
Better come
Go
get
to
me off
sports
this
'cause
radio
you better
today.
come get him.
Hey, you can keep going. You want to keep
Today.
going down? You want to keep going?
Today.
Oh, they ain't gonna be mad at you today, Rick. Hey,
I don't care. Well, stop the minute.
Go, dog. Go. Go.
I don't care about who get mad. I know I'm right.
Exactly.
I know I'm right. Y'all need to stop. Do y'all realize Medgar Evers died for voting rights? All these people that have risked their life from slavery up until the civil rights.
And then they go back into the same old shame tactic. People died for your right to vote. No, people died for our right to live. They didn't die for us to vote for nothing so that we can continuously die. So that our communities can be taken over by illegal immigrants. And I got a video coming up this week, as a matter of fact, showing a lot of our people back in the day speaking about illegal immigration and immigration overall. But our people didn't die for us to be able to vote for nothing. Our people died for our right to be able to vote so we can get our interests heard and taken care of. And if that is not happening, and if that person that's going to be in office is against us, why should we put our vote in their pockets? That would be more disrespectful to anyone that died for our right to vote. Because for everyone that says people died for your right to vote, this is how you combat that. This is how you combat that. Those same people who died for our right to vote would turn in their grave if we don't get nothing from that vote. Those same people would be disgusted by us giving our votes away for absolutely nothing. While everybody else is getting tangible resources, our community is being destroyed from the inside out because they keep sending people into our communities to destroy them from the inside out. Talk to me today. These people have no understanding of how stupid they sound, or maybe they do. People die for your right to vote. People died trying to get our reparations. You ain't speaking for reparations. People died trying to get us a black hate crime bill nationally. You're not speaking about a national hate crime bill. These folks sound so buffoonish, tap dancing, and yeah, I'm here to call them out. I'm here to do what Eric May said.
I want the whole city to know it, and I'm gonna point fingers.
This movement, just where we can have an opportunity to do what we do, to do what we can do. We ain't seen nothing like this since Barack Obama was running for president in 2008.
And what did Barack Obama do for the black community? Not nothing. Not nothing. And while people are running around talking about Project 2025 and giving police immunity and all this other stuff, Barack Obama signed that Blue Lives Matter Act into office. While he was in office, giving police further protections. When Joe Biden and Kamala got into office, they gave the police what? Money and funding and extra protections. So don't talk to me about no damn Obama and we ain't seen nothing like this since Obama. We don't give a damn. Because they don't give a damn.
We need to stop.
The great John Lewis.
Right.
John Lewis. See, you get hit over the head and become a congressman, and I guess that's all you need to be revered. But check out the names that this man starts to throw out.
John Lewis and Ralph Abernathy. You know, all of these people that have paved the way for us. We are the new civil rights leaders. We got to get behind people like Ben Crump and Kamala Harris and all these people out here that's doing, like Roland Martin and all of these people that's out here, and Joy Reid. If you want to be educated,
Yeah, family. Yeah, family. You heard it yourself. This man said we need to get behind people like Ben Crump, Kamala Harris, Roly Poly Martin, and Joyless Reed. That's the part that I really wanted to address, because he wants black men to be like Roland, to listen to Roland. We should listen and be like this. Shout out to our brother Black.
Oh, it's working in a minute. I thought you want to start twerking. I thought you want to start twerking.
We're supposed to be like him? Shaking your ass for a bunch of Latinos? And again, shout out to our brother Black Alpha Network for posting this. And he says, before it was Meg Thee Stallion, it was Roly Martin twerking for Latinos. Is this the Democrats' minority strategy? And this is the man that you think that we should be like? This is the man that you think we should get behind? These are the men that they want us to be like? Some old sap crying, poop putt, tap dancing, Donkey Kong looking bastard? These are the folks that we should be following? These are your new civil rights leaders? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? These are the folks that we should be listening to? Shout out to Harriet Eve. Jesus Christ, man, these folks get on my nerves. To the core. To the core. But just so you know, like I said, there's a second video. This one right here. However, we're going to get into this one on another day because I have a lot compiled for this video here. But I just wanted you to hear who they said we should be like. Who they said we should be listening to and getting behind. Get behind them like Mark Lamont Schill here is behind this dude. That's how they feel black Americans should be behind these so-called fake. I don't want to say so-called. These fake They are 100% fake. Civil rights leaders and intellects? Nah, family. If you anything like me, right now in your mind, you got that Randy Jackson playing over and over and over. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog. And it's hilarious because Just Joe Brown down here, what he say? I see girly boys. I see girly boys. That's what I see too. Absolutely. But maybe I should. Okay, let's go here for a second. We're not going to play too much because we're going to get in depth with this. But I do have something after this that I want to address. So let's play this a little bit.
Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
A lot of stuff going on. Just feel real disappointed, upset this morning. Amanda Seals recently went viral for a video she made about Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Ricky, Amanda has received tons of backlash for her comments regarding Harris's messages being disingenuous and how she needs to take action instead of stating things. Here's a clip from Seals' controversial video.
Put in clips of Kamala Harris stating things. I don't need politicians to state things. I need politicians to do things. When I met with Kamala Harris after she summoned me, I said to her straight up, you talk out two sides of your neck and we don't know what you're talking about. Because I told her straight up that I feel like she is disingenuous in her messaging. And I want to see actions. She said, well, how am I supposed to talk about racism in America without calling Americans racist? I said, well, first of all, there are many racist Americans. But there's also policy, legislation, institution, and systems that...
All right, family, I want to get to this, Bakari.
Yeah, but I just want listeners to understand where I come from. And one of the things I want to say is I just have a different view and a different perspective because, one of the issues, for example, that is one of the largest issues we face is African-American female mortality because, structural racism and implicit bias dictate that black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die during childbirth than white women. And who's been at the forefront of that? It's been nobody other than Kamala Harris.
Has she been at the forefront of that, family? You tell me. Put it in the comment section because I don't believe that whatsoever. Because if she was at the forefront of that, she would have got us a black hate crime bill, which would cover medical apartheid. Because that's what it is.
This year, where you're talking about access to government contracts by disadvantaged groups or black folk or minority groups.
Notice how he just did that. Access to contracts for Spanish groups, black groups, and minority groups. No. It's for everyone else. They just literally took the Freedmen's Bank and made it a migrant bank. They took our history and literally tried to tether it on to these illegal migrants. They are giving, during the situation, and we're going to go over that Freedmen Forum because I did try to do a live on that and the situation wasn't working. However, very soon I'll be moving into a new podcast studio where the signal is hardline to the computer, so I will be able to start doing lives like I want to do. However, we're going to go over that Freedmen Bank Forum in detail because there was a Latino woman at that forum talking about doing the plan gimmick when they were doing the forgivable loans, she was doing Instagram lives teaching her community, Latinos, how to get those loans. Now, she didn't say she was teaching Black and Latinos. She was teaching Latinos. The Freedmen's Forum was nothing but a bunch of damn tethers. Literally. So Bakari can run that somewhere else.
Who's been at the forefront of that? Kamala Harris. HBCU funding. Who's been at the forefront of that? Kamala Harris. And if
every president gives HBCUs funding. Shut up.
you want to talk about true systemic racism that dates back decades upon decades upon decades, look at the institutional racism that's been imposed by the United States Department of Agriculture against our Black farmers.
You mean those same Black farmers that's been fighting to get the funding that they need? And then the Democrats end up saying, okay, we're going to give it to you, but we're going to give it to Black farmers and minority farmers. So we go through the hurt, but yet everybody got a benefit. We go through the wrongs. We deal with the racism, but yet everyone benefits when it's time to repair us.
And who has been at the forefront of that? You just saw just last week, they released another $2 billion to Black farmers.
Notice he left out and minority. Because all the articles I seen says Black and minority farmers, which really just means minority farmers. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of those Black folks is going to be cut out the pie or get the smallest crumbs from the pie, while everyone else is getting slice after slice after slice. So let's move on to this next clip here, because even on CNN, Bacardi Sellers is getting told how stupid he sounds. Let's get into it, family.
She's going to take questions. We're going to make sure of that. But, you know, there's been a bit of a honeymoon period. I think she's giving Tim Walz a moment. But he did make that contrast, I think, really clear. The rest of it was such a waste of time and a wasted opportunity to talk policy to voters.
Let me just also say this. Like, don't nobody.
Before he say that, let Krusty say this.
Send in the clowns. Nobody care but us about somebody
That's not
taking
true.
questions. No, that is very true.
I speak to swing state voters all the.
That's right, family. Don't nobody care but them if Kamala take questions or not. When have you ever seen a presidential candidate that nobody wanted to question? This is the dumb stupidity that a shill must lower themselves to be. In order to be a shill, you gotta be stupid as hell or sound stupid as hell. On the left side, on the right side, you gotta be stupid as hell, sound stupid as hell, and basically pretend like black doesn't exist. And if it does exist, it's just a small part of your identity. And this is why we don't rock with either side. But this is how you gotta be.
Time,
but
they have questions, they want answers.
No. But yes, they have questions, they want answers. But you know what doesn't have to happen? Audie doesn't have to ask those questions.
Yes, Audie does have to
she
ask.
doesn't.
What the hell is this man talking about? He's saying, you know, it doesn't have to happen. Audie doesn't have to ask those questions. So the reporter whose job it is to actually, you know, be a journalist shouldn't be asking the president what he's going to do for us? Shouldn't be questioning the president on their agenda? Shouldn't be shouldn't be questioning the want to be president. Excuse me. That makes no sense. It is the journalist's job to ask the questions that the public wants to know. Because whether you believe it or not, Kamala is not in our neighborhoods. No politician really is. And when they are, they get their feet held to the fire. So much so that they never want to come back again. And that's what a lot of these journalists do too. They throw a bunch of softballs at these candidates because it gives them access to those candidates. Because if you ask real questions, those candidates may never take another interview with you again. You know, like how Obama did when he was asked about reparations. But this is what they don't want to, you know, they don't want you thinking about. Critical thinking skills are important, and they don't believe that we have it. We don't have the critical thinking skills to sit back and listen to what he's saying and hear the buffoonery in his speech and his talking points. Let's continue.
Political does not.
Because
political,
when fans ask them, Bakari,
that's not,
when
we're not
friends
talking,
ask them,
we're not,
when surrogates ask them, they're not getting the real answer. That's why Audie needs to ask them.
This is so in the belt.
You hear how this woman is telling this man off? Basically, you sound stupid. You sound stupid. Kamala just sat down with some actress chick. I don't even remember her name. That's how insignificant she is. But she's from Haiti. And she softballed Kamala left and right. Went with all the approved questions. And acted as if she was giving good answers. One of the questions was, what's at stake? And Kamala said, of course, everything. Makes no sense, family. It makes absolutely no sense.
Beltway.
No, it really isn't. I'm telling you, Bakari, I speak to state voters every single day.
So that you can get amazing, handsome faces on CNN like me. That's the point.
That's definitely a point to pause while we do a fact check.
This sister just called this man ugly as hell. This is why we do it. And to get handsome men like me on the show. Oh, wait, hold on. Fact check. This is why we fact check. And everybody's laughing about it because he's a damn clown. And they all know it. All these people are clowns. Buck dancing, tap dancing. They're just clowns. Performative.
I may be a substitute teacher, but let's settle down, okay?
The audience with the dial.
One thing I want to say, and bring it to you, Tricia, is because you worked for Vivek Ramaswamy, I think he was very much an online candidate, right? He had such, and one of the things about...
I don't know. I don't think that's a compliment.
It is a compliment. It is a compliment.
Yes, it was.
Because the Harris-Walz campaign is now extremely online, and so while this press conference was going on, their rapid response team was clipping every second out of it. And is there something to be said for there to be independent questioning of a candidate that can be used by anyone to have answers that he might not otherwise get in a more friendly environment?
Let me tell you what's not online. Is when you pull up at a hangar and have 50,000 people. You know what it'll look like? It'll look like Donald Trump in 2016. It'll look like Barack Obama in 2008. What's not online is when you show up and you have 20,000 people in Phoenix, Arizona. What's not on.
Yeah, family. The other video that I posted last week, we were speaking about them bringing homeless people and paying homeless people to show up to these rallies. This is why, so that they can sit here and say that she has the support that she doesn't have. But notice he tried to compare these fake supporters to a Donald Trump crowd or a Barack Obama crowd. That's the image that they want Kamala to have. The image of support when there's really none. Very little if there is.
Online is when you're actually, you look at polls now. You look at every national
But
poll.
people see the clips. These things live forever.
But what I'm just-
Obviously,
but-
the
but-
NABJ
but I-
interview is a good example.
But
right?
what I'm just saying to you is that this campaign is not one that's just online.
But
I
Corey,
think-
I adore you. You know that.
Send in the clowns.
This campaign is not just one that's online. No, it's completely online. And just like Vivek, ramen noodle, it's going to end bad for her. Because the support that she has online is not the support that she has within the black culture. You don't understand how much disdain people have for her in our communities, especially in California. Especially in California. Kamala can't go back to California. That's why she literally sold her condo out there. Because people will hold her feet to the damn fire for her draconian policies that she put into place while she was Attorney General of California. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah,
You
we
know that.
rock.
But you will lose, and you're not the first person to make this argument that she doesn't need to do this. It's very inside the
She
beltway.
will.
This is for us. You lose credibility when you do that. Because if it were someone else, you would be demanding that they sit down for questions. And you know what? It'll make her a better candidate if she doesn't.
But that's.
Where's the lie in that? See, they don't want to put Kamala in front of a person who's going to ask her real questions. Because Kamala don't know how to respond to real questions. She's going to cackle and lie. Lie and cackle. Like the witch that she is. Every time she cackles, all I hear is abracadabra. I see a woman standing over a cauldron stirring. Double boiling trouble. That's all I hear when I hear Kamala cackle.
Why shouldn't she? She should answer these questions for the American
and she
people.
will.
But why not now?
Because why
not
do you
answer?
have to? But why do you have to? First of all, let me ask you this question.
Of course.
Just a fundamental question. If Kamala answers no questions today, and Donald Trump says that he had more people at a rally than Martin Luther King Jr., which one is better?
What the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China? They're both damn liars. So you want me to pick over a liar that's being quiet because she don't have any policies over the liar who just flat out lied, and we know he's a liar. We know he's a racist. I'm not going to pick either one. There's no lesser of two evils. They're both evil. The lesser of two evils is actually the couch, who's always had our backs.
I think that is like a complete misnomer.
Why? Because that's what he said today.
Because it's a false choice.
Because he said
it's a bad faith argument. Absolutely.
Neither are good. Neither are good.
Exactly.
I wanted her to make the point, though. Can you admit that neither are good? Are you going to say neither are good?
It's a misnomer.
So can you admit today that Donald Trump lied about saying that?
I think that the crowd discussion.
Notice, this is about Kamala Harris, but this man just tried to blame shift. Can you admit that Donald Trump lied about that? Can you admit that Kamala Harris is just a flat out liar? A crook? Anti-black? Cosplayer? I don't hear you admitting anything. Don't go around pointing fingers unless you're going to point the three that you pointing. It's pointing right back at you, buddy. So why don't you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and accept what you're trying to make her accept. Because you're both in the same damn boat. You're both in the same damn boat. And on the same damn ship.
Is all about optics and image. Donald Trump knows image matters. He'd say that himself. The whole point of the conversation, in my opinion, is that he doesn't like that he's saying the crowd size with Kamala Harris. That's fine. Let's move on from that. Let's move on. This is the least substantive race probably in American modern history.
But that's a good point to end on.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. That lady is absolutely correct. This is the least substantive race for president that I've ever seen in my life. But let's move on. Somebody come get Montel Williams. I thought the man was dead, but they pulled this man out of nowhere, dusted him off, and had him out here capping for his ex-boo, his boo thing. I wonder if Doug gave the okay. You know what, babe? You know what would be great? Why don't you call that Negro that you used to date that introduced you to the black community and get him to talk good about you on CNN? Why don't you get that Negro you used to give the dome to, the gobble gobble 3000, the huck to it and spit on that thing, and have him convince the Negroes that you're a black woman?
It's her tenor. The tenor is let's unite, not divide. It's time to have more conversations, even like the ones we're having right here. Though I disagree with what you've said, we've disagreed. We've also kind of just slightly realized that we could turn that beach ball just a little bit and see a different panel, see a different point of view.
Commonality.
She is really focused on trying to make America understand that what you...
I'm sorry, family. I didn't want to stop it there, but I had to. Why is it whenever you have a black man speaking about Kamala Harris, he's being very soft. He looks like he about to cry. He's very timid. This is just despicable. It's despicable. And it turns my stomach.
Unites us is far greater than what divides us. As a mass, and we ought to pay attention to those people on the fringes who are taking away the wrong message. Those people who have some form of mental illness who are taking away the wrong message.
So now people who don't agree have some sort of mental illness. We're taking away the wrong message. No, the message that's being put out is incorrect, and we're correcting it. She's not a black woman. She's not a part of the black community, and she's not for the black community. Never was and never will be. She has always been an anti-black Indian woman. And if there's any speckle of black in her, she's just black adjacent. Let's continue.
Saying that if my side doesn't win, then burn the whole thing down. You can't do this. You got to remember, folks like me, and we probably got 40 million veterans alive. The majority of them put their hand up in the air and said, I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Period. That's what we believe in. That's why I put a uniform on. To protect this.
This is your Democratic shields, ladies and gentlemen. Right back to the crying shit. Right back to the crying. This is what you got to do. Let's move on, because I want to get into what Isaac Hayes the third dumbass was talking about.
So I got a question for people that say Kamala Harris said she's not going to do anything specifically for the black community. The little clip that's been taken out of context. Can you show me a clip of her
taken out of context? No. That was the direct contrast that she was meaning to put forth. That she wasn't going to do anything for black people. No! So what do you mean taken out of context? That's the new talking point. She was taken out of context. No. When a person tells you something in your face, when a person show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. And we believe Kamala Harris when she says, I'm not going to do anything for black folk. No! But let's continue, because it's going to get into that.
Or even Trump saying, hey, Latino people, this is exactly what I'm going to do for you, and I'm not even going to do it for white people, and I'm not going to do it for black people, and I'm not going to do it for Asian people, and I'm not going to do it for the Persian community, just you. Wouldn't that have the same effect? Wouldn't you be just as offended if you saw videos of that? Because I haven't seen any videos of her saying that.
Hi, family. I'm not even going to play the rest of this video. If you want to, you can go and look it up and watch it yourself. Watch the full video. However, I just want to address what he asked. We don't have to see videos of Kamala Harris saying she's going to just do something for another community, because she just goes and do it. We don't have to see Trump posting videos talking about what he's going to do just for people, because he just go and do it. Stop believing that a person has to tell you what they are or aren't going to do for you when their actions speak louder than their words. She has shown you what she's going to do for Israel. Give them money and funding. She has shown you what she's going to do for the so-called AKA dreamers, a straight up pathway. She has shown you what she's going to do for the Asian Americans. She got them an anti-Asian hate crime bill. So miss us with the nonsense. We do not have to ask these type of questions, because we have been shown time and time again what she is willing and what she is going to do, because she speaks through her actions and not through a video or an interview, because she can barely speak in a video or an interview. And they want everyone to believe that people who are going against Kamala Harris is just an online thing. It's a bunch of bots. Like DL Hughley called me a bot. Well, if that's the case, what's this?
She's using her color. I thought that Martin Luther King said the color wasn't the issue. I thought it was the content of our character that we were supposed to be recognized for. But if she's going to keep running on that color, she's going to have a misconception about how black people really wrong.
If you bring somebody into office that looks like you, but then continues to detriment your community, what was that for? But if you choose somebody who can raise your community, then you chose the right one.
Wait,
so
who do you choose?
Personally, I choose Trump.
I'm looking for who I think is more qualified to run the country. That's all I'm looking at.
Black Latinos are starting to be a little bit more critical. They're fed up of their hard-earned money going to illegal, undocumented people.
Kamala Harris did not do a good job on the border because from what I know, a lot of people were coming from the other side and doing a lot of bad things to what we call home.
I think she's not a good candidate for president because she's with Joe Biden for the past 2 years, a wreck up in New York, you know.
Colors don't matter, man.
Right, they don't.
Ask God, man.
That's true. So what do you think about a candidate that uses their race as a selling point? Do you think
that's some weird?
That's weird.
You lost already, 2024. If you racist today, you lost. Nobody going against Trump.
It's not about race, it's about what they provide for the society, is what they could do for the community.
With her putting a lot of black Americans in jail for the marijuana, they're not really going for her.
We also got people's thoughts on Trump's recent comments on Harris's ethnicity.
She was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Yeah, she was Hindu when it suited her purpose, you know, and now that she's running, the black vote suits her purpose. So, like Trump said, you know, now she's black.
Donald Trump is absolutely right. Her mother is Indian, her father is Irish Hindu, and she's always presented herself as Indian.
What do you think about Trump saying Kamala Harris is black? I thought she was Indian. She was saying she was Indian.
That's my response. Trump is an open book, yo. Facts.
That's just Trump being Trump. I don't believe he's racist. I don't even think he has a racist bone in his body.
And Trump said that Kamala Harris always portrayed herself to be Indian, and now all of a sudden she's saying she's black.
Right? Nah, she's really Indian. She just want our support. She trying to snatch our support away from Trump. But that's not how that's going down.
And it's not just black folks who are saying it. Now there was a lot of cooning in that too, talking about Trump ain't got a racist bone in his body. Yeah, shut up. He's definitely a racist, and he's proven himself to be a racist. If you running on race in 2020, you lost already. Yeah, here's the thing. It's not that we not looking at a situation of her race. We're looking more at her policy. Okay, let's be very clear on that, because when you're saying Trump ain't racist, all you're doing is tap dancing at that point. But the Latinos are saying the exact same thing.
For the majority of people, nobody knows about it. Everybody's just trying to go to work and deal with their home life. But in 2018, Kamala Harris told the nation that California is a model for the entire nation. That should scare you. We have laws like SB 132 that allows men to be taken into women's prisons. Right now, we know that there are 16 confirmed pregnancies, allegations of the baby's body buried on prison grounds. We know that the women are trying to report and they're getting their dates taken away. And your tax dollars are paying for transitioning of inmates. They go to Beverly Hills and have laser removal, hair surgery. They have all of these things on our dime. We also have bills like SB 107 that creates California as a sanctuary state to sterilize children. So again, our tax dollars are going towards medicalization and mutilation of our children from anywhere in the world. So children from anywhere can come here to California, get what they're calling gender affirming care. And even if a parent decides not to, that judge can take custody away from that parent and hold them until they can get this gender affirming care, which is really medical experimentation.
So Denise, I have a question for you, because we know that Kamala's coming out of California.
Yeah.
I mean, she's known for, as we heard from the blacks, she prosecuted many blacks. I am pretty sure that she was prosecuting a lot of Latinos and Hispanics and sending them to prison as well. So, the minority communities were suffering. California is known. I mean, it's known around the country that you have some very liberal laws in place. But what are our Latinos saying? Because, they're expecting that we're just going to continue to, vote that traditional, pull the lever for the blue every single time, because that's what we've been doing for decades. So what is it that you see that's different, though, right now on the ground where Hispanics are going, enough's enough?
I'm seeing exactly that. When I go up to people's doors, I have people saying, you know what, I've been a Democrat for 40 years, never had the person ever came here to ask me how I feel about these laws. That's what we're seeing. We know we love God, we love our country, we love our family, we love hard work. Now, when those things get attacked, and before it's done in the dark, people don't really know about it, but now.
So they saying the same thing. There's a part 2, family, if you want to go look this up here. Our brother Soulfood66, shout out to him. Shout out to him who posted it. There's more if you want to go and watch that, but I just wanted to move to the next group, because we always keep asking, why don't Kamala go after the Indian community? Why isn't they trying to shame Indian men to protect Kamala? Why isn't they trying to convince Indian women that Kamala is just like them and they should vote for her? Well, that's because the Indian community, like many other Asian communities, aren't rocking with Kamala. They're not rocking with Kamala.
After much self-reflection, I have come to the realization that there is one thing very Indian about you, and that is that you became the Democratic nominee without a single vote. Bitch, you pulled the biggest scam of all time. No Indian I know, from the call centers to email phishing, no Indian I know has scammed 250 million people. Not bad, Kamala. That's pretty good numbers. If you manage to actually win the election, you will have pulled off the biggest Indian scam of all time. From here on out, your new name is not Kamalto actually. It is now Skamala. Skamala Harris. Don't act like us. Don't act like us. Don't act like us.
There you have it, family. This is why she's trying to target us, because she can't even target her own people. They already know she's a scammer. They already know she's a scammer. And looking at that plate is making me sick. But that's the culture that she comes from. By the way, that plate looks like throw up on top of throw up. That is ridiculous. Anyway, before we get into this last segment, family, shout out to Marcel Dixon.
Reparations be punishment of white Americans because of all the horrors that black Americans have been through, such as slavery and Jim Crow? Nope. The reparations of your tax dollars? Nope. Reparations cause massive inflation? Nope. But they will help the economy. Some people are against reparations and you don't even know the first thing about it. And you probably get all your information from Fox News, Breitbart, and Princeton University. Let's learn to actually ask questions. Let's actually talk and speak with others with whom we do not agree, because we might find out we agree more than we think.
I am Greg Marcel Dixon, and I approve this message.
Now, family, in Arizona, there was a senator Carrie Lake, who basically brought out all these different people at her, rally or whatnot. But the thing that, she's a Republican as well. But the thing that caught my eye, remember when I said earlier that the Democrats wasn't the only people paying for influencers or paying people? Now, I believe that the Republican says, well, if Kamala can pretend she's black, let's go get another black adjacent woman to now come out and say that I was a Democrat and I'm against Kamala. I'm a real black woman. Yes, family, but tell me this. Tell me this. Does this look like a black woman to you? Or does it look like another Asian Caribbean mix? An Asian African mix? I'm just asking for a friend. And it's totally okay if she is an Asian Caribbean mix or an Asian African mix, but you're not a foundational black American, and you are just as well in the same boat as Kamala. This woman, and let me read this caption first. It says, former Democrat blast Kamala Harris and the party declare support for Trump and Carrie Lake rally at Carrie Lake's rally. I don't owe the Democrats anything. And I'm about to play the clip for you so y'all can hear it yourself. And y'all tell me in the comment section, I really want to know, does this woman sound like she's a black American, a foundational black American? Or does she sound like another person with some black in her from somewhere else, capping for the Republican Party like they usually do?
My name is Jade. I am a former Democrat. Unlike Kamala Harris, I'm an actual real-life black woman.
Just off that part right there, family. Just off that part, what are your thoughts? Please leave it in the comment section. I'm gonna play the rest of it. But please, just off that first part, let me know what you think. You can let me know about what you think about this whole dang clip. However, I specifically want to know, do you believe she's a black woman, a foundational black American?
And I'm a former Democrat who is currently registered Republican. I stand here before you today because I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democrats using the generational trauma of my people to garner votes.
Now notice, it's about to get real heavy on the generational trauma of FBA ancestry. But then she's going to do some of the most coonish stuff by saying we need to get past that. Check it out.
They invoke fear. They tell me I'm oppressed. They tell me I'm less than. They tell me I'm not good enough. And they tell me that my white brothers and sisters in Christ are my enemy.
Who are they? Because it sounds like some of the talking points of the black community in itself. Now, we don't go around saying that all white people are our enemies, but we are oppressed. We're in a racist country that has been known for oppressing black Americans. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Now, we ain't never said we were less than. But in this country, they treat us as if we're less than. Because we're on the bottom of the caste system that they put together. But let's continue.
They are not. As a follower of Jesus Christ, Ephesians 5:11 tells me I must expose the works of the enemy.
Okay. If that's the case, if you want to bring the Bible in this, it also says, give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. So tell the Republicans to pay reparations. Since you're a follower of Christ and all, you know. Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
And the enemy is telling me that don't worry that I can't pay my bills, that I'm working 6 days a week this week and I'm tired. And I went to school and I have a career.
Real quick, I just want to touch back on that Bible thing too, because even in the Bible, it does say, for Esau I hate. So while you're saying white people aren't your enemy, but you're a follower of the Bible literally says, for Esau I hate. Just wanted to throw that out there.
I'm doing worse under this administration than in Donald Trump's administration, but I'm told to be afraid of a man who made my life better?
Yep.
How does that work? Make it make sense. During COVID, I knew more of my white guy friends that lost their jobs than me and my black girlfriends. We are the same in this country.
Does that sound like a foundational black American to you? I know more white men who lost their jobs than me and my black girlfriends. Really? Really? Let's go.
All these Americans want the same thing. We want safety. We want prosperity. We want peace. And the Democrats keep going back and look, check it out, right? I honor my ancestors and the people who fought for us to be in this room here today. No one is discounting what my people went through, but honor them by getting past it and invoking forgiveness in this culture.
Does that sound like a foundational black American to you? No, we honor our ancestors by continuing the fight that our ancestors started. We honor our ancestors by doing what our ancestors couldn't. By being and speaking in the manner that our ancestors would be proud of. Getting past it? That's that white supremacist talking point nonsense. Y'all need to get over slavery. She keeps saying our ancestors, my ancestors. We don't even know if you're black American to even be speaking about the legacy of slavery in a speech where you're speaking to a bunch of white folk and a bunch of tap dancing coons.
I'm so tired of being told I need to be afraid. I'm so tired that I need to be told all the time that I have to vote for the Democrats who have done nothing positive for my life at all. My life is totally worse than it was during the Trump administration. Yet I kept having, you must vote for the Democrats. We're told this as black people since we were a child. Let's honor our ancestors by doing better and honor them, because they're rolling over in their graves hearing the fact that Kamala Harris is having Megan Thee Stallion twerk and showing our bodies as these like just vessels of lust. That's not cool. These women out here are being told that Donald Trump is like their enemy, when really Kamala Harris opening up the border, look what happened to Laken Riley. She's a woman. She was a woman just like I am. No woman, black or white, wants that to happen to her.
Didn't Donald Trump say grab him by the nookie? Oh, okay.
All of these people whose kids are dying, the black moms, the white moms, they all cry the same color tears.
Yes, yeah.
So let's move past this. Let's vote for Donald Trump so we can all be prosperous again. Let's get out of this fear, this rage, and this anger, because it comes from the devil. So hear me, black folks. Hear me, white folks. We are so much more alike than we are different.
Does she sound like a foundational black American to you guys? Does she even sound like she has the mannerisms that we have? Or does she look like and sound like she's cosplaying? And I tried to look this woman up. I tried my damnedest to look this woman up. I wanted to see if she had any social media presence that had her flag or, you know, something stating where she's from. Nothing, family. No Facebook, no Instagram, no X account, nothing. I was not able to find nothing on this woman. This is just one of the clips of where I was looking for her. But I looked in several areas, Several areas I looked. I went through Google. I went through DuckDuckGo. I even went through the Onion to try and find out who this woman is. And there is nothing on this woman that's out to the public. And I find that quite strange. I find it quite strange. So family, this is what we have in our hands. This is what they've put in our laps. Both sides is full of trash, and the couch is our best option. Until further notice, the black community, the black grassroots, we vote the couch. Until they give on to Caesar what is owned and what is owed by Caesar. And with that being said, family and friends, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button on the way out so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And please, if you have not done so yet, hit the link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. Family, we all we got. And we're all we need. That's it. That's all. The doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.